All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the TeamSpeak Teal Open number 9. It is time for the finals. It is going to be GoOdy versus Naniwa, a TVP, and we are going to be jumping right into things. So hold on tight. It's time for the grand finals.
Welcome to TeamSpeak, advanced voice communication software for any platform. TeamSpeak allows groups of people to communicate and share information with anyone via the internet or through private networks. Using your Windows, Mac or Linux-based computer, all you need is a headset with microphone, and in minutes you can be chatting with others in real time using our crystal clear voice technology.
It is time for the grand finals. GoOdy, our Terran, spawning as the purple, very fashionable Terran, in the southwest position here on Xel'Naga Caverns. His opponent, Naniwa, able to make it here. Last time only made it to the round of 4 before he was eliminated by his teammate and the guy who ultimately went on to win the whole thing. He's playing as the yellow Protoss in the northeast position.
And you know, I just want to take the time to comment right here about Nani's accomplishments. To get through 10 rounds, it looks like I won't even have time to mention this, as this probe is heading all the way over to the dirty proxy spot. Drop a pylon there and get a proxy gate. So let's see what GoOdy knows about this. Putting up his supply depot, so he's definitely going to see the probe move in, and let's see how he reacts to this. Yeah,
this will be interesting because he's just going to kind of come around. We see, oh my gosh, I'm not sure what he's going to do. I think that... well, he's going to go in, fight with this SCV a little bit. Thought maybe we might see a couple gateways go up in there, but...
For sure he will gateway. He's just making it look like a normal scouting timing. Now he's going to jump back in. I think he's waiting for 300 minerals so he can drop 2 gates at the exact same time.
Well, there's the first gate, and the second one is going to go down, and he is not even going to try to hide it at all, chill. And oh my god, look at these SCVs. We're going to get you, Gateway. We're going to get you. And they are managing to do a little bit of damage here, but a lot of mining time losses. He's taken a ton off to get rid of these gateways. But you know what? He could actually stop it right here. Could you see a cancellation? There's no pylon back in the base, though, so this could be really nasty.
You know, there's been a lot of discussion about what's the best way to handle gateways, because the funny thing here is this is what's going to happen. Nani is going to cancel that first gateway that's under attack, and actually if he canceled both of them, he would end up ahead in minerals. Like, if we bring up the income tab, he's mining about 3 to 4 times what GoOdy's mining right now. But unfortunately, if GoOdy and looks like he's going to let the second one finish and begins chrono boosting out a Zealot, Marines on the way. Unfortunately, if GoOdy just let them finish and try to bunker up his natural, Naniwa would just bring out, and he's actually going to kill the gateway before the Zealot finish. He's probably going to cancel the gateway. He's got a pylon going up in his main, so I think he got the better of that, actually. Naniwa did, as he's up to 300 minerals. GoOdy not even having the minerals to bring up Nordbuild Command thus far. But if he had just built a bunker in his mineral line and tried to deal with the Zealots would have targeted the SCVs, and Naniwa would have ended up ahead anyways. So a very powerful micro-based tactic here, and that's one way to deal with it. Bring out your SCVs, suffer the economic damage, and then deal with it later.
Yeah, and that is going to put the Protoss severely behind, just now getting his gas and 2 gateways going up. He's already at 17 supply. He does still have that pylon over there, but is about ready to go down, and he knows, well, there's a bunch of Marines out, and he might be a little bit behind, but I think that he's definitely got the advantage in the fact that it is going to be still a while before any units are coming out of those gateways.
Yeah, you know, your reaction might be as GoOdy to just grab all your SCVs. You know he doesn't have any units. Bring your Marines and try to all in. But I like that GoOdy's not doing that. He's teching up slowly. He's falling behind in the SCV count, but ahead in the income count because of the mules. Going up to 3 barracks as he mines that gas. And the reason I like this is because it's a little bit safer. If Naniwa had gotten up these 2 gateways, chronoed out Zealots, and brought his probes to fight, he has more probes. And, he might be able to live. It's not a sure victory going all in with SCV Marine. So we see now the cybernetic score about to complete, and it's going to be interesting to see how does Naniwa follow this up. Starport always viable. Robotics going to be the expected thing. Or he could start chronoing out warp gates and go up to 4 gate. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, so warp gate research is underway. We've got now sentries out here, which is probably a really good choice considering the fact that he's got to know there's a window of opportunity where a lot of units could be coming his way. So he can force field that ramp and just stay up there until he's sort of back on his feet. But at the same time, the Terran, I think, is doing exactly what we need to see. Stims being researched, a few Marauders coming out, and then, of course, Marines just from these barracks. So at this point, I think that by the time we're going to see the tech kicking in for Nani, there's going to be a very, very nice push by the Terran.
And, you know, just to go back to that gateway rush, something that's worth pointing out is that GoOdy actually tried to wall off. So he had his first depot to see that probe coming in very early. Had he not walled off and gone for the more economic style where you build your first depot by the minerals, then that probe surely would not have shown itself. It would have slipped up, dropped the proxy gateways. It's possible GoOdy wouldn't have even noticed them until there were zealots in his main, and that could have been GG. So that definitely would have shaped how the rush looked. But here we go. Few Marauders coming out, a lot of Marines, and 3 SCVs just joining the fray as GoOdy begins to charge across the map towards Naniwa's main base. He's got stim packs researching, and that's the only tech coming out of the tech lab. Meanwhile, Naniwa having 3 sentries and actually chrono boosting out an Immortal. I feel like he's going to be fine against this attack.
Yeah, I think actually you might be right. As long as he gets his force fields down, if he splits the army, he could try to split the army and just do the damage that way. Or he can, just try to keep them out of there. SCV will go up. He's going to see a lot of Zealots and a lot of Sentries. Doesn't see that Immortal yet. So, gosh, this is so crucial. The Immortal's going to pop out, and Stim is going to be finishing up just as this attack starts. But I like this. Just contain the Protoss. Make them have to come down that ramp in order to expand. He can just continue to rally units here, as we're seeing right now. He'll send a Marine down. Just watch the other side as, just to show there's some sneaky stuff going on. In comes a Zealot, and he is like, oh, shit. Like, really, is this happening now? It's sort of reverse. Another Immortal is coming out. So he can't continue. Wow, we got a lot of Zealots being warped in and a couple sentries. So he might try to push.
And you know, that Marine at the south is genius, because I've actually done this exact build several times as Terran, and what kills you is when Protoss drops a pylon on the high ground, builds a lot of units, starts cutting off your reinforcements, and then flanks your bunker. So that Marine is keeping an eye out for that. He's not going to allow any flankage, but there's a lot of Immortals out. There's 3 Immortals and no more coming out, but I feel like this is push timing. Nani at 71 of 74. I think he's going to move out pretty quickly here, Wheat.
Yeah, there he goes, moving out. Some protection from the bunkers, but the bunkers go down so quick.
God.
And look at the Protoss just actually devastating the Terran army here. Only 1 Immortal goes down, and wow, being that far ahead there. And you know what? Maybe he wasn't that far ahead. Maybe I kind of put him further behind than he actually was, but he handled that very, very nicely. I think he reacted beautifully with the robo facility and the Immortals to come out. Of course, they'll quickly take down those bunkers, even had the force field to trap the units, and here he is now marching down the field. He's also already got a pylon there in the back door, and he's going to be able to just crush this front line.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much Terran can do, especially with all these sentries. There's 6 sentries, a lot of them fully loaded with energy. He moves up, gonna target the depot. That's gonna go down almost instantly to the Immortal fire. Immortal's now jumping up, force field isolating the Marines. Medevac's trying to heal them, but what can you do in this situation? Guardian Shield going up, and that is gonna be it. Game 1 gonna go to Naniwa as he moves in with his Zealots. GG out of GoOdy, and we've got a 1-0 lead for the Protoss here in the finals of the TL Open number 9.